Hi there, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Alona and here we're talking about knitting. Today episode of my knitting podcast will be quite new for me because I'm gonna tell you about everything that I've knitted during 2023, but it won't be everything, it will be only part one because I feel that I couldn't manage to tell you about everything, so we're gonna talk about half of the year today, and next time we are gonna talk about next half of the year. So without further ado, let's start it. The first thing that I've knitted previous year, just at the beginning, was Baggy Hat. This is a design by PetiteKnit. It looks like this. Probably I won't try everything, but to try hats it's not a problem. It looks like this. This is pretty easy stockinette hat that I've knitted during 1st of January 2023. I literally casted it on after the midnight and pinned off at the same day. So it's really easy. I've knitted it from half of the ball of Knitting for Olive Merino and half of the ball Knitting for Olive Soft Silk Mohair in color Autumn. I love how it looks. The only thing that I've done wrong is this hat. I have knitted the whole hat on 4.5mm needles, but the crown is made on 4mm needles because at that time I had only 4mm DPNs and I didn't manage how to use magic loop at that time, so you can see it. To be honest, you can only feel that fabric is a bit denser over here where the crown is, but I can say that it's a big problem. Also, this is pretty light hat, so you can't wear it if it's too cold outside, but you can definitely wear it if it's, like spring weather, you have a bad hair day and you need to add something to your hat. I really like wearing it, plus I love the color. It's so bright, it gives me some energy, and this is one of my resolutions for the next year, to add more color to my wardrobe. So this one is definitely doing its thing. The next item that I've knitted, this is a small scarf. As you can see, previous year I started with small knits because it was too much for me to start something big. I feel that I need, this rush when you start something, pinned off it really quickly, because you need sometimes this. I'll add probably more photos of this scarf. This is a Telma scarf by Gregoria Fibers. It was the first pattern that I knitted from her. This is a simple lace scarf. I've knitted it with some random mohair that I have at home. Probably this is mohair with wool because it's quite dense even in one strand. You can see this is really interesting lace pattern, and the only problem over here that I ruined the cast off, because I cast it off with the same needle that I've knitted the scarf, with standard pinned off in the pattern, and it didn't work quite right. You're knitting the scarf row by row from the cast on edge to cast off, so you're knitting horizontally, and it was quite a problem to pin off everything, and I ruined it just recently. I'm gonna fix it, but I didn't manage to fix it before showing you this. I love how it looks. Not sure that I prefer wearing it on my neck. I'll add a photo here, but I really love to tie this and to use it as a bow. I feel that at the bow it looks pretty cute, especially in this pink tone, because I'm not sure that no, I'm sure that this pink isn't suit me close to my face, so I really prefer wearing it as a bow on the back of my head. And this is a really great stash busting scarves that you can knit in a smaller version or in a bigger version if you have more scraps, and it knits pretty quick, plus it has really great stitch pattern and the lace motif looks pretty great. It's really easy to memorize, so it won't be any problem to knit one more or a couple more of this. It's a bit more interesting than a simple Sophie scarf, but still pretty easy to knit. The next thing that I've knitted was again a hat. This is again knitted for olive soft silk mohair plus merino. This is probably one of the most famous PetiteKnit patterns. I think that is probably really one of the most famous PetiteKnit hat that I know. This is an Oslo hat. It has double folded brims that you sew down, then you add several rows for the turn part. Then you knit body of the hat and knit a crown. It was pretty hard to knit on 3mm needles because it was my first item that I knitted on 3mm needles. But I love how it looks. The color is dusty olive. I think that it looks on me really cool because muted green, dusty green is something that I really like, and I like how it looks on me. And with everything that I'm wearing today, it looks much better than the orange one. I've knitted almost. I've used almost a whole ball of both yarns, and I've knitted the smallest adult size. So in case you're gonna knit it, you want to knit it in a bigger version, you have to add more yarn, and probably with this hat I'm not quite on a gauge. I feel that I have smaller gauge that I have to knit it, because if you think about the beginning of the previous year, I wasn't quite sure about gauge at all, so some stuff looked quite smaller, and it's really smaller than it should be, because when I started knitting hipster hat, I found out that I have to size up half size of the needle to achieve gauge, and probably with Oslo Hat the same, but I still love it. It's quite dense, so you don't have any problems with wind or something like that, because this isn't so warm and this is really warm. And I was so surprised to compare this, like the same yarns but so different fabric. And believe me, previous year it was quite magic for me. The next big items that I want to show you, this is my fortune sweater, again by PetiteKnit, of course. I've started this sweater in 2022, but pinned it off and totally finished it in 2023. That's why I'm showing it over here. And this sweater has quite a lot of problems. It looks like magical, not fur, it looks like a cloud. It's so fluffy, so cozy, but I've used some random silk mohair that I bought in cones. I bought 100 grams of silk mohair in cone, and it's scratchy. It's terribly scratchy. Right now I'm wearing my hair cardigan, and it's not scratchy, almost not scratchy at all, while this feels like hell. The next problem is that I messed up German short rows, I messed up the neck, quite big. It's definitely too big, but it looks a bit strange. I'll show you a photo, but I still wear it from time to time. Also, I've added elastic into this neck to try to fix it. And in this sweater, I find out that I am twisting stitches while I'm knitting in the round, because when I started knitting in the round after German short rows, I find out that stitches look a bit different. I fixed this, but I didn't want to frog, because frogging silk mohair is quite a hell as well. Also, it was a problem at first to master lace pattern, because who needs swatches, right? Right now I learn to swatch everything, but previous year was year of everything new, so I didn't swatch. In the front of this sweater you don't see any problems with pattern, with lace pattern, but over here you can see these clovers. Yeah, clovers. I was a little struggling with yarn chicken game, so I made slightly shorter sleeves in the pattern and add more rows of the 1x1 rib to be sure that I can finish both sleeves on the same length. The pattern was quite addictive because you're repeating these lace parts. I really enjoyed knitting it, but definitely do not start knitting advanced pattern when you finish one sweater. Just don't do this. Believe me, it can be quite a problem, because I have some messed up stitches. German short rows I fixed afterwards with some strand of yarn just to close these holes. Not sure that I will frog it. Probably it will be a reminder that you have to swatch and have to try techniques outside of the garment. But I still love how it looks, and I really love sleeves, and obviously I can wear it with something over it to hide some strange things that I made. The next item that I have knitted, this was this Georgia sweater by Johanna Gehrisch, Colibri by Johanna on Instagram. This should be a sweater with a bow, but it doesn't have a bow, and this made as a cardigan. I made it as a wrapped cardigan, and I really love how the wrapped cardigan looks for me, so I've decided that the bow will be too much for me, so I skip the part with bow and just knit to the desired length. Probably you can say that you could find you could go and find something else without a bow, but believe me, I tried, and this one was pretty easy for me. At that time I had enough yarn for it, plus I wasn't quite skilled at that time, and her patterns are really great for beginners because you have a lot of information, plus you have stitch counts for each of the rows, so you can check each round and be sure that you didn't mess up anything. The main features that I liked about this cardigan, this is slightly balloon sleeves with I-cord edging. It was a bit of a pain to add I-cord edging to the front and back panel. I quite struggle with it, but believe me, it's definitely worth it. The bottom binned off with I-cord edging as well. It's a classic raglan cardigan, knitted with 2 strands of knitting for olive soft silk mohair in color bottle green, and this is everything that you need to wear in case you want to add something bright. And It's really probably my favorite item from everything that I'm gonna show you today. I wear it quite often. Silk mohair isn't so, it's fluffy, but it's not so fluffy when you just finished it. Probably I need to get a brush to add some additional fluffiness to this cardigan, but I like how it looks right now. There is no felting, there is no problems with it. Plus I really like that this color of knitting for all in my hair doesn't have a white silk cord. Everything has the same color and it has just slightly a bit of shine, and that's all. After knitting this cardigan, I had a lot of leftovers of the mohair because I originally thought about other cardigan, but when I opened the pattern it was quite too much for me because it was again geometry rows, and I felt at that time like, no, we are not going to do this. So I decided to create some fingerless mitts. They're a bit strange, they had a bit of a strange color probably, but at that time I was sick, I had high fever, and I needed to do something bright again. This is Gazzal alpaca, probably 100% alpaca. One strand of knitting for olive silk mohair in color bottle green, and one strand in color midnight. This is fingerless mitts. They are self-drafted with some strange diamond pattern over here and a bit different on another hand. Mostly I wear it with a stockinette stitch in the front, like this. They are quite long, so it will cover a lot of my hand. I can do like this, and in this case my hand will be really warm. Plus I can hide my hand because it's probably a bit roomier than I want to have, but still works fine for me because I like to have a great thermoregulation for my hands, and this is a great way for it. It has a rib. It's double. It's fully twisted 1 by 1 rib at the top and on the hand part, and some strange diamond-shaped pattern, but it's not a problem, I think, especially when it's something when you're self-drafting, when you're just exploring knitting in a new way for you. The next thing that I've knitted in February, it's surprising, but really, I've knitted this top that I'm wearing right now. This is U-top. It is the top from Knitting for Olive, their own design, knitted in cotton merino in color Oatmeal. I've used 1.5 balls of it. I'll show you pictures. It's slightly too cropped because it was my first bottom-up top, and it was not so easy to understand how to get the correct length, and it was 3mm needles. I struggled with knitting 2 by 2 rib on 2mm needles. I wanted to finish it as soon as possible, so it's quite cropped, but when you can wear it with really high jeans, it's not a problem. The problem is that the strap's a bit too long, plus it's cotton merino with 70 cotton and 30 merino, and it's stretched probably too much. But I love how it looks, especially when you can wear it under some cardigans or something like that. It's natural, but still has some color. It's a bit grayish beige. And I feel that I wanna reknit this top in maybe more bright color. In a brighter color, maybe pink. Yeah, I have pink cotton merino, and probably I'll knit this top again in pink color. The next item that I've knitted was Ingrid Slipover. This is one of the most popular photos on my Instagram with this slipover. I saw it on PetiteKnit page, and I felt that I really need a slipover, but probably the problem again with the gauge. I think that it's a bit small on me that it have to be. That's why I don't like how it looks. Maybe it's just a problem of the slipover with O-neck instead of V-neck. I don't know, but something is wrong with it on how it looks on me. I needed this slipover with PeerGynt by PetiteKnit in color 2720. It's Marzipan Tutti Frutti. It has a lot of colorful tweety beads, blue, yellow, red, green. It looks really cool. It has moss stitch, diamond, these crossed diamonds, rib, again moss stitch, eyelets. Definitely really cool slipover, but I don't wear it. I wear it probably only 2 times or 3 times, only with the white button-up blouse, and that's all. I don't know why, and that's why this year probably I'm gonna knit it. I really love how it looks, but not on me, so I don't want to have a lot of things just lying somewhere in the shelf without wearing, so we're gonna reknit it. What I tried to do to change a bit of how it looks, I added a split hem. The back panel is a bit longer than the front panel, but still it didn't help me with my shoulders, and so that shoulders are too big in this slipover. I'm not sure that you can try convince if you can try to convince me that it's not a problem. But probably in comments you can tell me that I shouldn't unravel this. If you think so, please write about it in the comments down below. I'm trying not to create a lot of mess while I'm trying to fold it. The next sweater that I'm gonna show you, this is Amedeo Summer Sweater by Calibri by Johanna on Instagram. As you heard, I told that I really love this designer, and that's why when I saw that she was looking for testers for her sweater, new sweater, I decided to apply. It was my first ever test knit that I've applied for, and I was really surprised that I got this opportunity to just knit, because I've never did it at that time. So what about the sweater? It has these gorgeous lace sleeves. Look at this. Aren't they stunning? I'm really in love with how these sleeves looks. The body is just a stockinette, and the main actor over here is sleeves. I've knitted this sweater with Regia Premium Silk. I've used 2.5 balls because they have 100 balls, 100-gram balls, so I've used 2.5 of them, and it peels a lot. I wear this sweater several times because I've cropped it a bit too much. It wasn't because of the deadline of the test knit. I was quite sure that I could finish it on time. I had some time even left, because sleeves are really addictive to knit it, and you didn't have this sleeve island problem. They are really addictive to knit, so you just knit it really fast. But with body something happened, and I was quite probably tired of knitting it, so I've cropped it a bit. But I can say that I'm not wearing it a lot because of this. I'm not wearing it a lot because of the peeling. As you can see over here in front, there is quite a lot of the peeling, probably because that is a superwash yarn. It can peel. I hope that I'll try to to use my depiler, but I'm not sure that it will work fine with the lace sleeves. But I still love how these sleeves look, and I love to wear it with my dress. It adds more interest to the dress. Plus, it's quite flowy, it's not so warm as a sweater, and probably this is another reason why I'm not wearing it so often, because it's quite hard to understand what weather is suitable for this sweater, because it's wool silk blend, but it has sleeves with a lot of holes. It's not too warm, it's not too cold, and for me it's quite hard to understand where to wear it. I love how it looks, but I can't justify wearing it on proper weather. I don't know, but I still love the sleeves, and I love how it looks on me. Probably we have to try to wear it more often next year. The next one is again a test knit. I don't know how it happened, but mostly I've test knitted like 2 patterns at one time during previous year. I don't know why I tried to apply on several test knits at the same time, but I need this sweater together with this top as test knits, and several more overlapped as well. This is a test knit for, I've written it down, Eleanor Alice. It's 06 cable cutout. This is a crop top with cutout detail on the back. This is fully cabled crop top with twisted rib details, with cutout and I-cord ties on the back. It's quite cropped. It's supposed to be bra friendly, but the cutout part for me is a bit too high for bras that I'm wearing. I have just one that is suitable for it, and for others you can see them a bit on the back, but I'm a bit cautious about my hands as well as my shoulders. That's why I try to wear something like short or something with long sleeve to hide my too skinny hands. Yeah, I know that problems over here, all of them, but we have what we have. So when I wear it with short, there is no problem with back because everything is closed, and I like that you can see just slightly bit of skin with shorts or high jeans, and it's not too much, but it still just adds some visual interest. This isn't my color, to be honest, but when you wear it with something on the top like blue short that looks that the color suits me, I don't feel washed out with this top. I forgot to tell you what I've used to knit it. I've used probably 2.5 skeins of Knitting for Olive Merino in color Cherry Blossom. I tried to knit this pattern with, I tried to do a swatch. Yes, with test knitting I started swatching, and probably this is the best thing that happened to me when I started test knitting, because I started swatching. So I've swatched, there is a lot of cat fur, and that's why I'm trying to remove it, because I have to get everything and get fur. So I tried to swatch for this top with Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino, and it looks strange. For the rib, it looks quite okay, as you can see on my top, but for this pattern, cables looked a bit strange, so I knitted it in merino, and I was quite surprised that you're not too hot in summer in this top. Of course, when there is plus 25, plus 35 degrees outside, you don't want to wear a merino top, but when it's 25, you can adjust wearing it. I like how it looks, and probably have to reknit a collar and to do it a bit more tight, I feel that it will help with look on the back, because it's strange right now, and probably it will fix the problem with the cutout, because probably it can be, no, it won't add any length, but we'll see. Definitely I have to reknit my collar, but it looks cute, you know. It's definitely really so cute. The next item that I've knitted was again a summer top, because it was May, April, and I have to add more tops for my wardrobe because I didn't have any. I just started knitting. So I've knitted this. It's quite hard to show you. Let's show like this. Yeah, can you see it? I'll add again a photo. This is Yoko top by Knitting for Olive. I'm not sure that I remember that it's Pernille Larsen, but you can buy these patterns on Knitting for Olive site. This is again a wrap top. As you can see, I really like everything wrapped. It's knitted in Knitting for Olive pure silk. This is the first time that I've knitted with pure silk, and I really enjoyed knitting with it more than cotton merino. This is again 2x2 rib top on again 3mm needles. Everything for summer needs on 3mm needles. I've used 2.5 skeins, 2.5 balls. Probably this is a magic number for me for tops, like from 1.5 till 2.5 balls. You have I-cord straps, I-cord ties, and I like wearing it with something underneath, with t-shirt, with short. I even tried to wear it with my Uniqlo heat protection long sleeve with high neck, white one. It looks really great with everything underneath, but again it shows too much skin for me. That's why I don't like to wear it without anything underneath, but with a top or something like that, it's really great. The next one that I've knitted was again a test knit. This is one of 2 bags that I've knitted for Gregoria Fibers. Anna chose me as her test knitter at the time, and I was pretty happy again, because again test knit. It was quite a problem to find this Lana Grossa, the tube yarn in Wrocław. That's why I tried to meet the gauge with another yarn. I've knitted a white bag. I'll add you here, over here. I don't remember in which part. I've knitted a white bag, and then I finally find the recommended yarn and knitted this bag. That bag I don't have right now because I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't quite like the material that I've used, so I keep only this one, and that one I've donated. This is pretty interesting yarn. It's like a tube with probably I can show you. I have some not wave ends. This is a tube with some filler inside of it. It's quite bulky. I knitted it on 8mm on 10mm needles and 12mm needles, if I'm not mistaken. It's something bright to add to my wardrobe, especially in summer when I'm not quite sure that I want to wear something really bright, like t-shirt, shorts. They can be just plain white or jeans short. And when I need to add some color, I use this bag. And usually I use a small pouch to put my phone inside of it, because it's not so sturdy. So if you put your phone without anything inside, you'll see like something like that. It won't look pretty, but if you add a pouch, it looks much better. So thank you, Anna, for allowing me to just knit this bag for you. This can be really great gift pattern. You can knit this bag in several hours and present it to your friend, for example, in pink, in really bright pink color, someone who is a fan of Barbie or everything in pink at all. It can be a great gift pattern. The next item, I got the name, yeah, it's Serendipity Bag, if I forget to call it. The next item that I want to show you, this is my Everest. I can say, in another words, this is again PetiteKnit. You'll heard a lot of here during this year, because when you start knitting and try to Google knitting patterns, probably PetiteKnit will be the main resource where you can buy patterns. I fell in love with this t-shirt when I saw it first time, but I couldn't understand how you can knit a merino t-shirt tee for summer. So I decided that I could create a cotton version. This is quite big tee. It's knitted in broken rib stitch with really amazing raglan details. It's knitted on 3mm needles for the main part. Rib is knitted on 2.5mm needles. That's why this is in Everest, because you need a lot of time, really a lot of time. And you can see some not waved ends. Oh no, they are waved but not cutted. Yeah, I waved these ends but didn't cut. Okay, probably I didn't have scissors at that time. So it has quite a lot of drape, because it's knitted with pure cotton. I knitted it with Mandarin Petite by Sandnes Garn. Main color is, let me check, the main color is cream, and interesting, the main color is cream. I don't have the color number, but the contrast color is 3161 brown. I'll add main color name, not name, numbers over here. And this is really worth to mention that cotton isn't great for something like that, pure cotton, especially when you need to knit from fingering weight yarn and you're using sport weight yarn. That's why this tee is quite big. It's not a problem except for the sleeves, because when you wear a quite big sleeve on a small hand, you create a lot of volume and then really short, really slim hand. It looks a bit strange for me. Probably this is because I'm too cautious about my hands, but the sleeves really grow quite a lot. I'm not sure that I have any decreases. Probably I had to add some decreases, and that would look much better. But cotton is a great choice for this shirt, especially as you can see there's quite a lot of knitting. I invested so much time on it, and I'm not wearing it quite often because it's too stretched. I don't know, maybe this year I'll try to wear it more because I like how it looks. I had some beautiful photos on it, but I'm not wearing so much. But worth to mention that it's so flowy, it's so drapey that it's not too hot. It's not hot at all. Probably if I change a bit sleeves, it will be much better for me to wear it. And it looks so beautiful. I really love this broken rib pattern because it adds some visual interest, and it's not just a rib. I don't know how to describe it, but I really love broken rib stitch. Probably it will be better if I'll knit a whole sweater in this, but we'll see. The next one is again test knit. This is a Purl Tank, and yes, probably in summer I got to the point where I had a lot of test knits. This is test knit for Knit Arena on Instagram. This is a Purl Tank knitted in Sandnes Garn Mandarin Petite, again in color 9041. This is from the first look, especially on the back, you can see that it's a pretty simple tank with 3x1 rib, which looks pretty great. Plus you have these stripes, which added not with colors but with texture. It's textured stripes, and you have this interesting details in front that exaggerate your shoulders. So surprisingly, I like how this looks on my shoulders, while I'm pretty cautious about them most of the times, but this one looks great. The only thing, I have to reknit one of these parts, because one of them, I don't remember each one, to be honest, but one of them flares too much under my armpit, and it looks not really great, because you can see my bra. I don't like, in case I won't wear anything, I could just easily flash my skin, flash too much of skin, and that's why I really like to wear something underneath. And also I wear it with my shirt again. It's easy to style tank. It has a color. Probably this is the brightest one that I've knitted. This is the brightest garment that I've knitted this year. Yes, it's green. Nothing surprised. I've used 3 balls of it, 3 balls of yarn to knit this top, and it's a great summer pattern what I can add. Just be cautious with this part. How it called? It's not an armpit. You got me. The next pattern next item that I've knitted, this is my Ingrid top, again by Gregoria fibers. I like her patterns as well. I've knitted probably 4 of her patterns this year. I saw this top probably in winter previous year, and I just fell in love with it. It looks so beautiful and so summery, with these again textured stripes with eyelets. It looks really beautiful. I know that some people have some problems with the armhole. I remembered some people have some problems with armhole. That's why I've knitted size 2 and stopped decreasing at one point earlier than I have to do this, and add less stitches under the armhole, under the armpit, because I felt that it was too much. So first important rule is to swatch everything, and second important rule, try while you're knitting your items, because sometimes you have to slightly adjust because our bodies are really different. So I've knitted it with slight changes under the arm. The neck is knitted in double. No, it's not double knitting. I thought that I double knit, but no. This is folded neck, folded bottom. They are made with the same technique. You just knit several rounds, add purl row, and then knit again several rounds of stockinette in the round, and then fold it and sew down. I don't remember how the bind off on the armholes called. It's just stockinette in the round, that's a bit curling. I still feel that it's slightly too big in my on my armholes, and that's why I again prefer wearing this top with my shirt. Probably I wear everything with my shirt, and I need more shorts. But I like how it looks. It's quite flowy, it's quite drapey. It's definitely really drapey, because it's knitted with drop spell. There's a cotton linen blend. but I hate it every time when I knit it with it. Right now it's so flowy and drapey, but when you start knitting with drop spell, it's quite, it can be quite, not troubly, but hard for your hands. And you can feel that it's a bit scratchy, it's too dry, it's not so comfortable to knit, but with wear it become much better. But I'm not sure that I'm gonna knit with this yarn again, and I'll show you what I'll use instead. The next item that I've knitted was again a test knit. This is this is La Franja top by Jennifer Vernon. I'll add her over here as well. This is a black top. It's amazing black top. Again, with stripes, but this time it's textural vertical stripes. And the main feature of this top, as you can see, there is quite a lot of purling, but you are knitting it inside out, though you don't need so much purling, and it's great way for those who don't like purling to knit this top, because you don't need to do a lot of them. It has pretty simple, not structure. It looks pretty simple. You have I-cord straps, but I feel that they are stretched a bit because this is again a cotton blend. I-cord straps that I've knitted twice, that's why I've so the part that was too much. It has applied I-cord for your armpit, for your armhole, and that's pretty much it. I've sized up with the needles because I have to do this with this top. Also, I knitted it probably just a bit shorter than it should be according to the pattern, because it was too much for me. It was enough for me to wear with high-waisted jeans, high-waisted shorts, high-waisted skirts. I don't have anything not with a high waist, so it's enough for me. Again, I'm wearing it a lot with my shorts just because I like it, and I like to pair this top with this cardigan. Probably, if you're following me on Instagram, you've seen my reels where I wear them in this combination, because I really like how black looks with this cardigan. I've knitted it with Cumbria by Pasquale. This is incredibly soft cotton blend with viscose, but of course, if you are knitting with a really soft yarn, you get some peeling. So I have to depeel this top because there is a lot of peeling happening here, but it's so soft, so nice to wear. I can't say that it's like you're wearing silk while you're wearing a cotton. No, it's not like silk, but it's really buttery soft. It's really enjoyable to wear, but you should be cautious with some peeling, especially on this side, because I like to wear my crossbody bag, and wear a crossbody bag lies in my body. There is more peeling that you'd like to have, but I still love this top, and it was pretty enjoyable to knit because of the yarn. This is definitely the softest cotton yarn that I've tried. The next top that I'm gonna show you, this is retro button top by Vitro Design. This is my second bottom-up top that I've knitted. Probably that's why it's again slightly cropped, but for this top it's not a problem. It looks great. I've knitted it with Sunless Garn Line. It's a decay weight yarn, so it's a decay weight top, and it knits pretty fast. Really, you just started it and then wow, you're almost finished. I like that this top has moss stitch and ending, like you're starting with moss stitch. There is a moss stitch on the neck, on the armholes, and for the button bands it's a bit it's not look great because I have to steam everything, but let's be honest, it's winter outside. I won't wear it for the next 2 or 3 months, so I'm not sure that steaming is what we need right now for this. It's really, really soft. This is what I'm gonna use instead of job spell if I have to use job spell. Really incredibly soft to knit. Not so soft as Cumbria by Pasquale, but at that time there is no peeling. I wear this top pretty often, almost like several times per week after finishing it, because I don't know why, it's so versatile. You can wear it with anything you want. I've added the contrast buttons to add more visual interest to it, and I'm definitely gonna need one more top like this or similar dress. Vito Design has similar dress in her book, and probably I'll need that dress instead of a second same top, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe it will be second top, but I cannot stop recommending this top. You definitely need it in your wardrobe. And the last top that I'm gonna show you in this video, because it has quite a lot of time in right now. This is the Peplos top by Knit Pearl Girl. When I first saw this top, when I first saw this top, Sophia showed it at first in black color, then in natural color. Then she announced that she is looking for testers for this top. I didn't get to test it, but I bought it really at the day when she released the pattern. I bought it at the same day because I bought already yarn. It was my first time that I tried Isager yarn. It's Pumulin and Alpaca too. I was quite surprised that I will need a summer top with alpaca too, but here we are. It's just slightly itchy for me, especially when it's too hot outside, but when it's not too hot it looks great. This is interesting top with Peplos detail, which is knitted on a much bigger needles to add more volume. I've added slightly more. I don't remember if there was some decreases, waist decreases and waist shaping and the pattern. Really, I don't remember right now. But even if they were, but I've added probably a bit more than it was in the pattern. For the armhole and for the neck you have I-cord. Probably I have to redo the I-cord for the armhole because it's slightly too tight and I can't wear it with my long sleeve, with some of my long sleeves. But I'm really in love with this top. It looks so beautiful, and it's slightly, I can't say festive, but it adds a little bit more interest to you. I don't know how much I told today adds a little bit of interest, but it's really cool. You got different fabric because you are knitting with different needles and for different cage, so it looks a bit more different because of this. There's again a lot of cat fur over here because cats like to lie on this table where I'm recording right now, and there isn't in their fur. And I really enjoyed wearing it, but I've knitted it almost in August. It was too hot outside to wear it every day, but I hope that this spring and summer I'll have more wearing of this top, because I really love it, and I feel that Sophia created just a masterpiece with this top. So that's pretty much it for today. We've covered a lot. It will be quite a big video for my channel, and if you're interested in what I have knitted for the next half of the year, join me next week. I'll show you everything that I have knitted more for this year, and please press thumbs up, add your like to this video if you enjoyed watching it, because it means so much for me. Let me know in the comments below what pattern do you feel was the best from what I've knitted over here, and see you. Have a nice day and happy knitting!